Hi, I am Kajol Sen. Welcome to Industrial Training Institute Learning Corner, that is Itilc. Now we are going to study about the why does planets rounding the sun. That is, every planets like Earth, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, etc. are rounding the sun. That means we know that the Newton's first law of motion, that is the every body is in state of rest or in uniform motion unless it is compelled by some external force. That means if a body is in uniform motion or in rectilinear motion, if we want to change the direction of the body, we have to apply some force on it, then only it will change its direction. And the second law of motion also states that the rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the force act and direction in which the force acts. What is the link between the planets rounding the sun and the Newton's first law and the second law of motion? We know the Big Bang theory. The Big Bang theory states that the heavy explosion that took place inside the material and the body was traveling in very fast in speed, and gradually its speed is decreasing and now it's moving with a constant velocity. And now we have to study that we take an example. Now the sun is here, and the earth is moving in this along this straight rectilinear motion. That means just after the explosion of material, or according to the Big Bang theory, the materials were moving in very fast in condition. Suppose the earth is moving in this direction, and if the earth is within the range of attractive force of the sun, that means we have to take this earth and the sun, the attractive force between earth and the sun taking place in this direction, and the movement of the earth is in this direction. Ultimately there will be resultant force. That means the two forces acting on the earth. One is the movement of the body along this direction. Another force is the sun attract this portion. So according to the resultant force, if this happen in this direction, this is not the resultant force. And again the resultant force according to this force, that means the resultant force and the attractive force, again the earth is bending towards this direction and this direction and this direction. So if we note all these points, that rounding the sun, the earth is rounding the sun. And if you take the energy lapses, anything is energy lapses, or the movement of earth losing its kinetic energy or not, definitely the kinetic energy is always constant, because there will be no chances of lapsing energy. According to Newton's first law of motion, that means the body is moving around the sun, and there will be no changes in these directions. There will be no changes in the energy, and the earth is also rotating in this particular orbit. Or in other means, the attractive force between earth and the sun, according to Newton's universal law of motion, that is attractive force between earth and sun is equal to G into m mass of the sun into mass of the earth divided by the distance square. F is attractive force between sun and earth, G universal gravitation constant, m is mass of the earth, and me is mass of the earth, and the distance between them is the distance between sun and earth is taken place. And why does it rotating in constant, that means in a fixed radius? How does it rotate in fixed radius? Means if we alter this formula, that means r square is equal to that is g into mass of the sun into mass of the earth whole divided by f. Here g is fixed, mass of the sun is not at all changing, that's fixed, mass of the earth is also fixed, and attractive force between the sun and earth is also fixed. That is why r square is also fixed. Therefore r is equal to root of g into mass of the sun into mass of the earth whole divided by f, that become r. So according to these conditions, the in orbiting, when the earth is orbiting around the sun, r is always fixed. So according to this theory, the radius is not at all changing, and it is also the rounding the planet, that means earth is also rounding the sun at a constant radius. So according to we have studied this, why does it is rotating around the sun in fixed radius? That means that is the, according to the equation, r square is equal to g into ms me by f. That's already root of g into ms into me by f. That's why it is rotating around the fixed radius. And why is it rotating? Means that means there will be two forces acting on the body. One is attractive force, and the earth is always moving in the rectilinear motion because of the resultant force, and the earth is coming to in circular path around this earth. So that according to this theory, the planets are rounding around the sun. And similarly the moon, if you take the example for moon and earth, moon is rounding the earth according to this principle. That means the moon is rounding. Why does it moon? Means the attractive force between earth and moon. If the moon release from its attractive force of the earth, it will tends to travel along this straight line. Because of the attractive force, the moon is rounding the earth. So we have understood why does the earth rounding the sun, and the moon is also rounding the sun. I hope you have understood the point. You can comment, and if you like this video, you can subscribe. Thank you very much.